It's Easter, 復活節到啦 and it's going to be a long weekend. We're going to stuff our faces with a lot of chocolate. Have you ever thought about 你有冇諗過法國人係點樣過復活節嘅呢？ What are their customs? What are their traditions? What do they eat? 如果你想知道多啲 remember to keep watching this video. Hello, 我係 Kenny， 咁我喺巴黎法國住咗10幾年啦 and I know this place pretty well. The language, the culture, the people. So if you want to find out more， 如果你想更加認識巴黎同法國嘅話，咁 you will find everything you need on Kenny Does Paris on this YouTube channel。對好多人嚟講，復活節係一個長假期，同埋可以食好多嘅朱古力。讀書嘅時候又會聽過耶穌復活嘅故事。But aside from that, I didn't really know much， 直至到我10幾年前搬去法國。So 法國係一個好 traditional 嘅 Catholic country 啦 ，and 對佢哋嚟講 ，Easter 係佢哋最大嘅其中一個節日啦。It's kind of like 我哋 Chinese 嘅新年啊，或者做冬咁樣。So let's 睇下法文點樣講復活節先啦。It is Pâques， 咁你會見到佢係一個大街啦 ，and there's an S at the end。咁其實呢個都好重要嘅。如果冇咗個 S 咧 ，it's completely something else， and we'll see that in a minute。But also， 如果你要去 describe 佢嘅時候咧，佢個 adjective 係會用翻個 female and plural sense，right？ 所以你會見到係 joyeux Pâques for happy Easter。第二個字咧係 la Pâques， 你會見到咧佢多咗個 la 啦 ，of course，capital P 冇咗個 S。咁呢個係其實第二個節日啦 ，it's completely something else。It's called Passover. It's a Jewish holiday，and it's to commemorate them being freed from ancient Egyptians，led by Moses to find their homeland in Israel。所以呢個係 completely something else， 所以冇 mix up。So the third one we're going to talk about is also la Pâques，but you will see 個 P 係其實係世界啦。The difference between this one and the one before is that this one is about the Easter lamb meal. So traditionally we eat a lamb during Easter。咁最後個 expression 咧就係叫 faire Pâques or faire c'est Pâques， 你呢度會見翻啦，係個係 capital P and 有個 S， 所以係講翻係 Easter 嘅意思。咁呢個咧其實係講緊天主教佢哋個 church 叫佢哋嘅believers 啦，最少一年一定要嗰一個時候翻去做佢哋嘅confession 同埋佢哋個聖餐禮。So the thing that got my attention when I first moved to Paris was that why are there chocolate bells？ 點解會有朱古力鐘嘅咧？咁啲鐘同埋有陣時會有翼嘅喎 ，it's so weird。咁我就覺得，咦，得兩樣嘢對我嚟講啊 ，from 我嘅 experience before that was that only two things get wings。One is 姨媽巾 ，the other one is Red Bulls after you drank it。So then afterwards, I went around and 問下我身邊法國嘅朋友啦 ，my French friends, and to figure out what the heck is this story with church bells with wings, right? So 根據傳統咧，啲教堂鐘 during the Holy Week, La Semaine Sainte 係唔會響 between Monday Thursday and Easter Sunday, Pâques, in mourning of Jesus' death and sacrifice。喺個城市入面 ，you're not going to really notice 個 church bell disappearing。But if you were in a village， 你喺個鄉村嘅地方嘅時候 ，that is pretty big because all of a sudden there's no more noise。佢哋個 church bell is like a time marker. It rings regularly. So how would they explain it to the kids, right? So the adults 啲長輩啦，會同啲小朋友講，Oh, actually the bells have flown 飛翻咗去羅馬，俾教宗做 blessing。And once it's blessed, the bell would be filled with candy and chocolate, and they would fly back to their churches. And when that happens, and along the way, all these sweets would fall from the bells into the fields. So after the Easter Sunday Mass， 嗰啲小朋友就會跑出去，就會look for the eggs, right? They would have their Easter egg hunt. La chasse aux œufs de Pâques. So this is pretty nice. It's a very cute story. But 咁隻蛋同耶穌同復活節有咩關係呢？ So where the heck does this story come from? And it got me thinking to do some more research to find out the origin of the eggs. 咁送雞蛋啊，呢個雞蛋嘅呢個 tradition 啊，呢個 custom 可以揾翻到係講緊6萬年前古埃及同埋喺非洲嘅地方，啲人係攞個鴕鳥蛋出嚟 ，and then they would carve it, give some color, and then they would offer it to friends, like as a blessing for 春天嘅來臨。So we fast forward a little bit, and then 之後去到 ancient Gaul 呢個叫做塞爾德人。And then the people that used to live in France, so they were in 法國 before like the Romans and whatever. And then they actually 佢哋攞隻雞蛋啦，佢哋會染紅色咧 to celebrate the arrival of spring and the sun. That's kind of really cool, right? I was like, whoa, that's kind of really weird because this 紅雞蛋令到佢諗翻起我嗰陣時細個喺香港讀幼稚園 and then like you would have these like joint birthday parties, and then 啲老師會 pass around these red eggs 紅雞蛋 for all the birthday kids. And I was like, wow, like how cool is that to have this similarity from like all the way from the opposite side of the world. 咁我哋再 fast forward 啦，去到13世紀啦，歐洲咧就好普遍喺復活節嘅時候咧，將啲雞蛋染紅色，俾你哋啲親朋戚友啊過復活節。And this comes from a legend from the Greek Orthodox Church, 希臘嘅東正教啦 where it says that Mary Magdalene had an egg in her hand when she told the Roman Caesar at the time, Tiberius, the story of Jesus' resurrection. And 因為佢好質疑呢個故事嘅時候，佢個 skepticism made the egg or turned the egg red. 咁跟住到14世紀 European Renaissance 啦，歐洲嘅文化復興嘅時候，佢哋就開始 pimped up 佢哋嘅 Easter egg, where they like started like 加金箔啊，做到好 fancy and stuff。咁講緊個法國嘅路易14啦 ，the really fancy guy, the Sun King, whatever， 佢會親手送呢啲雞蛋俾佢身邊嘅朝臣。跟住到路易14個孫路易15嘅時候，佢仲要 bring it up to the next level， 佢將一個 surprise， 佢擺咗一個 Cupid inside the egg to give it to his mistress, Comtesse de Paris. So the Easter egg 嘅復活節蛋啦 became the most glamorous around the time of the 19世紀末。And that was the time when Fabergé created Easter eggs for the Russian Tsars. The first one was created for Tsar Alexander III to his wife Tsarina Maria. And this egg is called the jeweled hen. So 之後雞 is a pretty natural progression. Back to the question always is that 雞先啦定蛋先啦？Obviously we don't know either way, so might as well just add that chicken in, right? Why not? So finally 點解會有隻兔仔咧？點解隻兔仔又會派朱古力蛋咧？ It's kind of weird, but it actually goes back to a Germanic custom, a pagan custom from many thousands of years ago, where they have this festival 個節日叫做 Ostara that celebrates the arrival of 春天。And there they actually have a symbol of rabbit, and rabbit's quite important because they breed a lot. They're very high in fertility, hence the expression they fuck like rabbit. Then this came into mainstream French culture through the two northeastern provinces of Alsace and Lorraine. These two regions were at times occupied by the Germans. They kind of speak a Germanic language too, and that's how it came along. So 講咗咁耐啦，啲朱古力蛋啊、朱古力雞、朱古力兔仔。So let's 講翻正餐啦。The main dish during Easter is l'agneau pascal, which means Easter lamb. 隻羊係代表天主教嘅信徒啦。It pretty much represents innocence and obedience. Very much a very strong symbolism within the faith. 羊多數係 savory dish 啦，係鹹嘅啦。But actually, in the north of France, in Alsace, there's a sweet one, very unique to the region, and it's called la melle, and it's a cake in the shape of a lamb. Another thing that is eaten during this time is 蘆筍. It's very much in season, it's easy to make, and it's just simply delicious. 咁頭先講咗好耐啦 about 朱古力蛋啊蛋嘅故事啦 and of course 法國人喺會復活節嘅時候食好多雞蛋 especially as a starter in their meals. And the French really have so many ways of preparing eggs and it's incredible from savory appetizers to desserts to sauces, anything imaginable. I love eating eggs in France, especially having organic eggs. I prepare them soft-boiled and for breakfast, and it's just so amazing when you bite into it, it explodes. The egg yolk is just oozing in your mouth, and you can really taste that nice, natural goodness. And if you like eggs as much as I do, I recommend you this recipe book by Michel Roux Jr. He has a very famous French restaurant in London that has 2 Michelin stars called La Gavroche. And this book has some of the most amazing recipes for anything to do with eggs. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I have 2 copies, one in Hong Kong and one in Paris. Thank you, 多謝 for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed the information I shared with you. And if you'd like to learn more about France and Paris, remember to subscribe, follow, and like.